I love how it's so glowy. So I recently discovered Biossance. I know they've been around for a while and I'm just kind of new to the game. And the reason is because I have very sensitive and very reactive skin. So I have breakouts, acne prone skin. I have what is called fungal acne, which sounds really gross, but it's basically certain products feed the bacteria in my skin, make it kind of break out. So I'm very careful about what products I use and put on my face and also my neck area, even my chest and arms, just because that might cause a big reaction. And having rosacea is a big part of this as well, and I get really red and sensitive skin, so I'm really careful about any new products I'm using and what are the ingredients are. So Biossance is a product line I had been researching for a while, but I knew once I purchased something I'm less likely to return it, so I want to make sure I'm going to have potentially good results. So I researched their line hard before I went and dove in and purchased a bunch of products. And I also did some samples ahead of time. Thankfully, Sephora does the samples offer. When you go in, you can have 3 samples. And I always go for any type of eye gel or eye product just to see if it will react to that area. I went ahead and purchased that product from Sephora and also got a box of items from Biossance website because they have some sample items that they provide along with when you purchase a certain amount. I've been using this for 2 weeks and I want a good idea of how my skin's going to react and also whether or not it's going to have great results. So this has been 2 weeks on and I'm just going to show you my AM skincare first. I first started with this squalane and peptide eye gel. I already loved this, I mentioned before, and I tried a sample, and I'm going to just spread this under my eyes in that space between my eyes and the bridge of my nose. That area gets neglected and I want to make sure that area is being moisturized also. And then I like to add this to my brow bone, so I make sure the whole entire eye area is getting moisturized. Any eye product is really important to me because I'm a big smiler and I also wear some concealer under my eyes to brighten the area. So I want to make sure that it looks really good and the makeup doesn't settle into it really heavily, and also I can smile and it doesn't look all creasy. Next, I'm using the Squalane Phyto Retinol Serum. I've spread this on my neck area, and this is just because I'm using a retinol and those are so sensitive for someone with rosacea. I'm really careful about using retinols, especially in the daytime, but this retinol says you can apply it in the AM and the PM. So I added this to my neck area because this is the area that I'm going to use as my tester. Also, I'm going to be in the sunlight and I don't like to use retinol out in the sunlight. This serum has a tiny smell to it, and I made sure from the ingredient list that there's not any added fragrances, so it's just part of the ingredients itself. Now here's a risky product for me. This is a squalane and vitamin C rose oil. There's a couple of reasons why I tend to not use any vitamin C's because they really irritate my skin. It really makes my skin turn red and it irritates my rosacea. Now vitamin C is so good for us because it helps brighten the area of our skin and also helps deal with any residual scarring that you may have from an acne breakout. In my case, I love to have my under eyes as bright as possible, so I've been dying to add a vitamin C that will actually work. And also I have some scarring from a rosacea treatment that I had many months ago, and this is something that I do maybe once a year to remove any broken capillaries that are on my skin. It's common with rosacea, but for some reason it just wasn't healing, so I'm going to go in with this vitamin C and see if it really takes away that scarring. I also have really naturally oily skin and I don't like to add oils on top of that at all, especially during the day. And for some of us, if you add oils on your skin and then you add a foundation, or especially a powder foundation, it changes the color of it. The final thing I added for my day routine is the Squalane and Probiotic Gel Moisturizer. This is the gem of moisturizers. Everyone loves this one, especially if you have acne prone or oily skin. And I added this all over my face. I went to town, I added it everywhere, and I really want to use this as a base for applying my makeup, and I wanted to cover on top of all of the treatments I just added on my skin and just seal those all in. Then I followed with my usual daily makeup routine, added my sunscreen and my mineral powder foundation and covered any spots, and then just went throughout the day. And I did a check-in many hours later in the daylight just to see if anything turned orangey or looked kind of off-colored or came through as far as the oil oils. These are the 4 items that I used for my AM routine, and a follow-up with the makeup products. It didn't make my mineral makeup turn orangey on my face. That is really surprising, especially using an oil, because it's really common for that to change the tone, and it worked really well. A little quick story about this oil. I do not apply oil to my face ever. I have the oiliest skin, and oil is not something I want to put on my face and then put products on my face to try and tone down the oil. It just doesn't make sense. I was at Sephora purchasing some products, and I was checking out this oil and putting it on my hands and just thinking, oh, I wish I could apply this to my face, but I won't dare. And this person that works at Sephora, they said, look, you got to try it. And I was like, nope, not gonna do it. I don't like to spend the money, and I don't like to return products because I just don't like that whole process, so I'm not going to bother to purchase it. I checked out with my other products that I was purchasing, and they ran up to me and said, here, just try this. It's a little sample bottle. You know, come back after you've tested it and let me know what you think. They were right, so thank you to that person. I am really shocked. I put this on top of an area where I have concealer and then makeup on top, and it's just really lovely. It's almost like it matted my skin, which I'm still having the glow. I mean, my skin is oily, but it somehow kind of matted my skin down. It didn't make it excessively oily. And throughout the day, I normally be blotting my face constantly because it's just really oily. I don't like to put on a lot of powder because it looks cakey. Just blotting, I didn't have to do that as much. And it also is partially because of the moisturizing gel that also kept my skin a bit more calm and not so oily. I'm not sure how that works, but it did, and I was really thankful. It's been lovely wearing my makeup on top of these products. The eye gel has been really lovely. It doesn't make my makeup go cakey, and it doesn't settle into the lines, so it's been a nice base for putting concealer on top. I love how light it is. It also doesn't pill up my concealer or makeup. That tends to happen a lot with eye gels. One of the main ingredients is aloe, and I love aloe. It's wonderful, but when you put makeup on top of it, it tends to make like a pilly thing that happens, and this doesn't happen at all. The retinol serum is just fine. It didn't irritate my skin at all, so I feel like more confident. I can spread it throughout my face. I haven't yet. I've been using it on my neck because it's such a small amount. I love it. It's been really wonderful. Nothing of these 4 items has irritated my skin. No redness, nothing. So that's been amazing and a great surprise for these products. It's now the end of the day, and I'm going right into my PM skincare routine. Using the Squalane Elderberry and Jelly Cleanser to clean my face. I'm getting all the makeup and skincare off that I had throughout the day, and I found that this cleanser really works well at removing everything. It's a very interesting consistency. It's a bit of a jelly, but it also feels a bit oily. As you know, I have acne prone skin, so I still need to add my products that help with that issue, and I use the Malassezia 2.5% benzoyl peroxide gel every night, and this really helps keep my skin clear. Now adding the Squalane and Marine Algae Eye Cream, and I like to add this to my entire eye area, bringing it to the bridge of my nose, all the way up to my brow bone, all the way outside the eye area, and also add a little bit to my lips. And next I'm adding the Squalane and Lactic Acid Resurfacing Night Serum onto my skin. This has a slight smell to it. Again, it's not with an added fragrance, it's just whatever's naturally inside the product that has a little bit of an odor. And I'm placing this on my neck and smile lines. I love lactic acid. My skin works really well with it, so I'm loving this product. And next I'm adding the Squalane and Probiotic Gel Moisturizer, the same one I used in the AM. This had such a great response with my skin, so I like to add this everywhere, all over my face, on top of my acne skincare as well. And as it's nighttime, I'm going to add this vitamin C rose oil on top of the moisturizer, and again in the same spots where I put on my under eye area, and I like to add a little bit left over to the tops of my hands. You might have noticed at the top of my hand I have a big red mark, and that was from a burn that I got recently. After using my repair creams to help deal with the actual burn, I'm using the Squalane and Omega Repair Hand Cream on top of my hands to just help keep it moisturized and help healing evening. I'm also covering my nails as well because it just is so great to get in that moisturizer into your nail beds. Here's everything from the line for my PM skincare routine. Starting with the gel cleanser, this is not really the product for my skin type with fungal acne and acne breakouts. And that's because of the sunflower oil. If the sunflower oil was not in the product, I think I would not have a problem. That's the one ingredient that's really feeding my skin outbreaks, and I don't want to have that happen. Otherwise, I really love it, and I think it's so great for any skin type from dry to oily. But acne prone, please be careful. It's always good to try it, do a sample like I did with Sephora with the other product, but try it first. You'll know right away if it's going to cause a breakout. So it's worth a shot because it is a really good face cleanser, but just not for my skin type. I went in right away and added my acne skincare because I have to use it, and this line just doesn't have that type of skincare product, and that's fine because not every line is going to cater to every issue we have. So I found that Biossance caters to everything but acne breakouts specifically, so I still need to be able to use my acne product and have it work well with whatever product I'm adding on top of it, and this worked really wonderfully together. I'm very happy about that because it's not really common that something will work well with whatever acne product I'm using. They kind of clash and cause an irritation. It didn't have that problem at all. So the eye cream is one of my favorites, absolutely. This is the Marine and Algae eye cream. It's very thick, but not leaving an oily residue onto your eye area. I think you could even use it throughout the day and add on your concealers or whatever underneath your eyes without a problem. I've been using it in the evening and it's working so lovely because I'm a smiler, I'm a laugher, and I have those smile lines, which I welcome, I love. I want to have lines that say I'm happy, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, but I also want to treat them and make sure they're not getting too deep, honestly. And this has been so nice. I've noticed after about a week, there's been a softening around my eye area as far as the lines are concerned. And I think it's really because of this product specifically. I think the gel is lovely at brightening, but this one is softening the under eye area and the lines around my eyes. So the night serum, it's a lactic acid version. I love lactic acid for my type of skin. I think all of us can use some type of acid and not necessarily have to go in so harsh with the BHAs and the AHAs. It's just a very gentle acid. It's peeling the skin very slowly or resurfacing, and I love it for the evening. I'm going to buy the bigger version of this because it's worked so nicely and it's not irritating my skin at all. And I've added the gel moisturizer on top of everything just to seal it in. It's been really wonderful. I love this moisturizer. For anyone who has oily or acne prone skin, I really encourage getting it. Why do I have these in the boxes still? I don't know. I just liked the way they looked, so I'm keeping them in the boxes for now. For the PM routine, I added this on last instead of this one. So the vitamin C oil, I've had good results with. It didn't irritate my skin. Really would know right away, but after 2 weeks, I definitely know. This is the first time a vitamin C product hasn't made my rosacea flare up, and I'm really hoping it helps get rid of those scarrings that are where I had the rosacea treatment. Right into the under eye area. I love brightening products under the eyes, but they can sometimes be irritating because you're doing something active. The under eye area is so sensitive. Final treatment is the hand cream. I love hand creams, and I love anything that I can wear at night and not feel like my hands are all slippery and just basically getting the stuff all over my sheets. This is so soothing and it just sinks right into your skin. And you noticed I mentioned that I have this burn mark, and I already applied burn cream and the burn itself is healed, but the mark is going to be there for a long time, I think, and I really need to make sure I'm adding something on top to keep it moisturized. It's not a burn treatment at all. It just happens to be working really well at managing this burn, and also just really lovely on the hands. It sinks right into my cuticles, and I love the way it feels on my skin. My hands are not oily or sticky, and I can do things, and it doesn't feel like I'm getting the hand cream everywhere. Of everything I purchased, the top items that I absolutely love, this gel moisturizer, it's amazing, it's outstanding, it works so well. I would recommend it for any type of skin, especially if you have oily, acne prone skin and you're afraid to wear a moisturizer, try this. You're going to love it. I also love the eye gel and the eye cream equally. They're kind of at war with each other. And the surprising star of everything is the vitamin C and rose oil. It hasn't broken out my skin and it's helping with the scarring that I have under my eyes, and it brightens the under eye area. If anything, I would say the gel moisturizer and the vitamin C oil, definitely give these a try at any skin type and see if you love them as well. So no redness with those products, no acne breakouts, and it's softening my skin a lot, and it's really helping with my makeup sitting well throughout the day. I don't know what's not to love. I'm really falling in love with this skincare line. If you have any recommendations from the Biossance line, if something you love I didn't mention, or something that was kind of like so-so, or maybe it irritated your skin, please let me know. I'm really excited to know a little bit more about this product line.